The roof is on fire, gonna burn it to the ground. Yeah, last train to Awesome Town. Come on, won't you party with me? This party is sick. Dude, bro, this party is sick. Dude, bro, this party is sick. Dude, bro, this party is sick. Dude, this party has like 5 different kinds of nachos. Whoa, that's off the hook crazy. 5 different nachos. 5 different nachos. 5 different nachos. 5 different nachos. Last train to Awesome Town. Come on, everybody, won't you party with me now? Last train to Awesome Town. Come on, won't you party with me? Last train to Awesome Town. The roof is on fire, gonna burn it to the ground. Yeah, last train to Awesome Town. Come on, won't you party with me? Party with me. Party with me. Party with me. Party with me. 5 different nachos.
All right, you were listening to the Nerd Edification Hour on Alternation Radio. This mic placement is weird.
Why?
What are you doing?
I don't know.
I'm having to lean over like this. We need to find a new
move it.
spot for this.
Where did your other mic go?
It's over there in the corner.
Huh.
I just realized that before we started the show. Well, all right.
Like
we'll
seconds before we came.
Well,
yeah.
let's introduce what we're talking about.
All right, that's fine. First up, we have Microsoft news. That's pretty much what it is. And then next up, we have Nintendo news all in that one block. That's going to be a big block. Oh, we have a lot of Nintendo news because this morning there was a Nintendo Direct. Yeah, that's always fun. And as always, we will have your nerd vocab. And then after that, we'll have tech news.
Yes.
All right, then.
And then finally, we'll have some movie and TV news.
Movie and television news. We haven't had that in a while.
We might also, at the end, have some MMO and basic video game news.
If we have enough time.
If we do not run out of time.
And that will happen all right here on the Nerd Edification Hour. Now I have to lean over this way and change buttons.
Oh my goodness.
Do you want me to hold your mic?
This was not very well thought out.
What's our first bit of news going on?
The first bit of news
Microsoft
is
news.
Microsoft.
I'm gonna mute my mic real quick.
Oh, it's just that content
You are
thing
fine.
you were talking about. It's
Yeah.
just the first thing.
Yes, it's the very first thing.
Want me to read it? I can go ahead and do that.
Well, the Microsoft has actually updated their game content usage rules. So pretty much what that means, like the this is literally a direct quote.
We're trying to do a show here. What are you
Yeah.
All right.
It's a
I'm just
direct.
gonna hold my mic like
Yeah,
this.
it's a direct quote from their I guess their news announcement. It's like, we know that people like you, gamers, fans, individuals, and enthusiasts love our games and sometimes want to use things like gameplay footage, screenshots, music, and other elements of our games, game content in other words, to make things like on machinima videos and other cool things for your items. We'd like to make that easier to do for our fans of our games, so as long as you can respect these rules, you can use our game content to make your items. It's literally what it says on the updated content usage rules. So what, Jake, explain these
Yes?
game content rules a little bit.
Much better.
Well,
I'll
first off,
I'll just hold it.
I do think it's in a company's best interest to allow this sort of material to be distributed.
And now they did allow it, but it wasn't as strict as it is now. Like this usage rule update.
It got more strict.
It made it a little more strict, but it also, in the sense, made it a little more less questionable.
So this has to do with people using like monetizing their videos to earn ad revenue. But it's off other people's content, so they really shouldn't be doing that.
And then kind of, it's saying that like the text includes like a dozen bullet points that lay out exactly what streamers and machinima creators can and cannot do with Microsoft's intellectual property. So for like they can't reverse engineer game assets. They can't screw with the code or
Can they
whatever.
data mine?
No. They
no,
can't.
data mining is never allowed.
They also can't sell the material for money or use the video to enter any sweepstakes or contests. Like, for example, you know how like way back in the day at cons, people would sell like their YouTube videos, they would put them on DVD and sell them at cons. Like, this is way back in the day. Like, before YouTube was really around, they would make videos and they would only sell them and show them at cons.
Yeah, Mega 64 did that.
Yeah. They used to do a bunch of stuff for like AMVs, which is anime music videos. They used to do that a lot. And now they can't do that anymore because of these content usage rules for every single company, like ever. But what's really funny is YouTube and Twitch are actually exempt from the rule against monetary gain and users are specifically allowed to earn revenue from ads on both by Microsoft.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just, it has to, it's really confusing.
See, it's always a gray area when it comes to...
Yeah.
So if you're making YouTube videos and you have ad revenue and stuff like that, that's okay.
Yeah, you're okay.
Selling it, like saying, hey, if you subscribe to me, I'll get, or...
You're not making money specifically off the content within the game. You're making money off the ads that pop up on your video.
But that's it.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
They also have banned, they banned violent and discriminatory usage from its content. Like, you can't use it for violence and stuff like that, or to promote violence.
A Nintendo threat?
Yeah, like Microsoft also forbids the it's really vague. It's like otherwise objectionable content. Like, so
if they said this is what I would do to a person,
no. Like, and what they
People
mean,
who get really enthusiastic with GTA.
The otherwise objectionable content, they mean like, which it has some gamers worried about the arbitrary censorship of fan-made videos. Like, for example, if you make like
red versus blue.
Yeah, they actually have a license with Microsoft.
Oh.
Yeah, they have access.
That I did not know.
Yeah, they have access to their code and stuff like that. Like, they have an agreement. But it means like fan videos, like you edit the content already there and strip it together and make it look like something else. To say
you
promote,
can't use their assets.
like you splice it together and you make it look. Say for example,
all those Hotel Mario remixes.
Yeah, I don't think it's this isn't specifically for Nintendo. This is for Microsoft.
Only,
Okay.
but
yeah,
same idea.
It's the same idea, but it's for Microsoft. So what's really interesting though is Microsoft content usage rules point to Mojang, the people who made Minecraft, own terms for Minecraft, which are actually less strict about what type of content is allowed. Mojang's rules for material created using Minecraft are far more lenient, and they allow fans to both create and profit from their own video content using in-game footage, as long as you don't go too far. Now, what they mean by too far, I don't exactly know.
Your own theme park.
Yeah. I guess. But that's where they're at with that. Now, what was the other Microsoft news? Was it something
the
about
classic franchises.
Yeah,
Oh,
Microsoft
yeah.
plans, or has been rumored to, they plan on bringing back classic franchises such as Banjo-Kazooie, which is my favorite, by the way, Battletoads, Viva Pinata, and more. I don't know what more is, but
Are they going to bring
More is
more.
not the name of the title.
maybe they're talking about
Are they
Conquer.
Conquer? Yes.
Oh, Conker's Bad Fur Day.
They need to bring back Conquer.
They did that stupid teaser at E3 or whatever.
All I
That was so
remember,
dumb.
was at the at E3 when they showed that. I was on YouTube shortly after, and JonTron just about like, I don't know.
That was funny. I watched that too.
I thought he was gonna kill his bird. I didn't know what was gonna happen.
They played it out like it was some kind of teaser for something, but it was just he
he killed his Xbox. He flushed it down.
Yeah,
the
he
toilet.
flushed it down the toilet, but I was worried for the bird because if he could do that to his poor Xbox, I don't know.
No, he likes his birds.
He does like his bird a lot.
He wouldn't do that.
That bird is very well trained. Like, disturbingly well trained.
I think he has 2 birds, or he bird sits for somebody else.
I don't know.
I don't know. I've seen 2 birds in his video before. But enough about JonTron. So,
Yes. So, will there ever be a Banjo, Viva, Blastcorps, or Battletoads? Yeah, someday, said Lob. Who is Lob exactly?
Lob, he's the director.
The director.
The creative director.
Okay. And he said this during an interview on the Inner Circle podcast. Lob added that there's also a lot of passion for each of these franchises internally at Microsoft. So basically, I think they've reached the point where they're comfortable with bringing back old stuff. And that's actually going to be happening with Rare soon, too.
Oh.
Yeah. That was actually shortly talked about before this popped up on my news feed.
So there you have it. Next up, we will have your Nintendo news. And the next song we're going to have on our break is Devour by Shinedown. Haven't heard that one in quite a while.
Okay.
Forever ago. And you are listening to the Nerd Edification Hour on Alternation Radio. And I realize I need 2 hands to do this. So, one moment.
And we're back on the Nerd Edification Hour on Alternation Radio. I'm Rachel, and I have with me Jake.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
What was
and
that?
Caleb.
That was really subtle, but really kind of creepy.
Wow. All I heard was some drums, and I was like,
how
Like
wow.
the Orakai are coming to get us or something.
No, more like tribal people
that
are
was-
coming to get us.
That was how
I
epic the music was.
All right, Rachel,
man.
Jake,
I've already introduced us.
Caleb.
Hi,
I
I'm
was
Caleb. Is my mic
distracted by the
working?
drums.
Does it sound okay? We changed out the mic. So
You're welcome.
that's awesome. We did all that in the song.
We don't know what happened, why it was put over there in the corner. Did the mic
Behind some
get put in
boxes.
timeout? I don't know.
I guess time out.
But
It was awkward for everyone.
up now we have our Nintendo news,
And it's going to be huge.
yeah.
segment.
There is a lot, but we will do our best to
To
summarize it as
compress
best as we can. So, as Caleb said earlier, this morning there was a Nintendo Direct accompanied by some special
All right.
video
I woke
of some
up.
kind.
I woke up at 7:45 to watch this at 8 o'clock. I'm just saying.
Live.
That's a little early for me.
I was up earlier than you.
Oh, is
I
it
know.
because it's opposite in Japan.
It was whatever. All right.
If Nintendo is streaming something live and it's 8 a.m. here, what is it in Japan?
I have no clue.
Like 6 in the afternoon?
I could not tell you if my life depended on it without looking it up.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
But here's what happened. Okay, so I'm only slightly salty about the Nintendo Direct. I'll get to that in a little bit.
Explain to
I will-
people what that
I will-
means.
Oh, we
when
already
you say
went over that in a nerd
Can-
vocab.
yeah.
I know, but
So-
remind people.
You
Well,
just-
they have to be loyal.
you just have to be bitter.
fans to understand it, so
well,
we don't
yeah,
explain it.
Loyal fans. Well, it's like bitter. I'm a little
There we
bitter
go. Just in case.
about that.
I don't want to, limit anybody listening to us.
Well, okay.
Okay, so here's one thing about the Nintendo Direct. We're just basically going to summarize here, like we said before. Everything is going to come out February 13th.
Okay.
The day before Valentine's Day, in other words.
Everything is coming out. Everything is going to happen on Friday the 13th.
Good.
So, male gamers, if you thought you were taking your girlfriend out to dinner, you'd be wrong. You'd be
You
wrong.
better go find a second job before the month's over with, you know what I'm saying? I know I will.
You know what I'm saying?
I have to get one. Not that I have a girlfriend, I just need to afford everything. Not that I could. Okay.
Nintendo is your girlfriend.
Yes, Nintendo is my love. Unfortunately,
But-
for now.
So, lots of stuff coming out on February 13th, in other words.
Pokemon Shuffle is a new game on the
Is it a
3DS.
card
It's
game?
going to be like there's a dragon puzzle game. I don't know. I've seen it on mobile, and apparently they're actually making games. It's weird. You'd have to look at it where you match up the 3 things, and it's like a
It's like
dungeon
Trozy.
style.
Yeah, it's kind of like Pokemon Trozy, but a little bit different.
Yeah, Nintendo's making like 3 different versions. They're making the main
So
game,
they went
which
from
is
2 versions to 3 versions. of
Dragon
stuff.
Puzzle Quest Z or something like that, and then Mario Puzzle Dragon.
And are these all going to be on the 3DS?
Yes.
Okay.
These are on 3DS. But the Pokemon one is free to play, and it has microtransactions.
I'm not surprised.
Like,
You do realize that mobile gaming in Japan is literally its most lucrative industry for like part of the industry.
yes, but
It's ridiculous.
I do not like microtransactions.
Well,
They-
no, neither does anybody else, but it works really well in Japan.
Are we talking about phones and things? Because I would
No, we're
argue that
talking
works
about-
well here as well.
on the
Yeah.
on the phone, sure.
It works
that's
well here too.
But this is on the 3DS, which I'm kind of. That's why I put a little frowny face on the
Mhm.
script. If you see.
But so you did mention that the new 3DS is coming out on February 13th.
February 13th.
Now,
yes.
what I mean by we talked about this in a previous show. It's literally it's called the new
The new.
3DS, and there's like little fireworks on the sides, and
yeah.
it's a little bit different console. It's
Confetti.
a little bit.
It's a 4DS. It squirts water at you.
It's better made. It's a little bit lighter. It has some updated graphical capabilities, not by much, but it looks smoother. It has a better battery life.
Better processor, more memory.
It's just like an updated version of the 3DS for hardware and software.
Which I will not be able to afford because I have to buy a capture card for my normal 3DS so I can play Majora's Mask on my channel.
Well,
That's why I'm a little bit bitter.
I'm gonna get my Wii U before I get the new 3DS.
yeah, I don't
And
think I can afford a new 3DS.
I still think
right
I
now.
got at least another 6 months to a year on my current 3DS. So, and I don't see them releasing just only new 3DS titles.
Except for the new Xenoblade Chronicles for the 3DS, which is a remake of the one on the Wii, which is coming to the West April 2nd.
Well, I already have Xenoblade Chronicles on the Wii,
I
so
know.
I'm a little bit exempt from that issue. But yeah, so there's, speaking of RPGs, which you said the Xenoblade comes out on April 2nd, and that is a huge RPG. It's really fun. Fire Emblem, set in feudal Japan.
Yes, that's it. It's just new Fire Emblem. That's all they said about it. And it's set in feudal Japan with giant rock golems with creepy faces on them. And yeah, it looks actually kind of interesting. And the whole battle system is kind of... They only changed the way it transitions. Like, it's not a big spin, but like you'll zoom in on the characters fighting. And I'm like, oh, that's a smoother transition, that one.
Rachel, I remember you've been wanting something to take place in feudal Japan, like in Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's
You've
Creed.
been wanting.
That's what I want. That's all I want.
Does this
That's
does this work for you though?
It's an
This
unrelated.
Xenoblade?
No,
Okay.
no, that's
This
unrelated.
doesn't work for me at all.
No compare.
We won't really.
Yeah.
But also, if you missed out on 3 Wii games that we're going to mention here,
And you have a Wii U, but not a Wii.
there is Mario Galaxy 2, Punch Out for the Wii, and Metroid Prime Trilogy for half price. On the first week, it's available, and the Mario Galaxy 2 is out now. It happened right after the Direct. Punch Out is available January 22nd, and Try is available January 29th.
Punch Out is a remake of a classic wrestling game that was on one of the retro Nintendo consoles, and it's on the Wii now as well as the
It has
Wii
Little
U.
Mac in it, just in
Yeah.
case.
That's where Little Mac comes from.
Yeah, that's
So,
his game.
That's his game. Splatoon's coming out in May. That's cool. That looks really neat. That's on the Wii U. There's a Majora's Mask 3DS XL bundle that apparently comes out on February 13th.
As everything else does, that's everything.
Yes, and then there's an additional bundle that comes out on the same day. That's the new 3DS bundle, apparently.
Banduru.
There's a Monster Hunter 3DS bundle.
A Monster Hunter?
I don't know why Nintendo said, yeah, it'd be a good idea. Let's have Capcom make a bundle the same time we're making a Majora's Mask bundle, which to me that kind of, but I can't get either of them anyways. So
They want our money. That's just how they are.
it's like, do you expect me to buy 2 3DSs because both of them look amazing? I'm just saying.
Yep. And on February 5th, there's going to be some Majora's Mask DLC for Hyrule Warriors featuring Young Link and Tingle.
Yes, Tingle.
The stuff from Nightmares is what Tingle
Hey,
is.
you should see the trailer though.
I saw. He's
in
a
his
creep.
high
He's really creepy. I mean, that is the creepiest mustachioed
Jake's like,
Hylian
what?
I've ever seen in my
Is he that
entire
anime
life.
character looking thing with the bells?
No.
No. He wears
No.
green. He has a balloon. He draws maps. Do you remember playing Melee, Jake?
I've played it. I didn't own it.
Did you ever go to the Majora's Mask stage?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well then I don't know why I'm even. Okay.
We'll explain it to you later.
But yeah,
Okay.
young Link can turn into a fierce deity Link because he's got mask.
He can? Okay, now I have to get this game.
And the DLC for it.
10-foot tall Link. Undefeatable. Undefeatable. Mario Party 10 apparently for Wii U
I like that game.
coming out.
Mario Party. That's good for parties.
There's going to be new amiibos, including basically all 4 Super Smash Bros. Robin, Lucina, Wario, Charizard, Ness, and Pac-Man.
Well, also there's some new amiibos that have a red base and they're for Mario Party 10, and you can use them in Mario Party 10.
You
We
can't
won't-
tell me that's not a fun game though, with the mini games and stuff.
It's all right. I just lose every time, so
Honestly, though, I'm not even going to fool with the whole new 3DS thing until I get my Wii U.
She has to get her Wii
I have to
U
get my
and-
Wii U first, and the new Zelda game has to come out. I'm just saying. And apparently, the new Xenoblade game, they're trying to get it out this year. They're trying so hard.
Yes, indeed. And the trailer was pretty awesome. So there you have it. That's our Nintendo news. That was a big segment.
It was. I was impressed with us.
And now for the song that was playing. If any of you have ever heard of the Yogscast, they made a song a while back. It
Is
was
this Diggy Diggy Hole?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a running joke. and
Diggy
it's,
Diggy Hole.
it's funny. I don't know. But enjoy.
Very
and
nerdy song.
We'll be right back with your nerd vocab. Go.
Is that it?
Yes. We're
This
live.
is the Nerd Vocab on Alternation Radio. I didn't get a
The
countdown.
Nerd Vocab. It's the Nerd Edification Hour, where we're going to give
Oh, this
you
is
the
Nerd Vocab.
No,
on
this
the
is
Nerd
the Nerd
Edification
vocab.
Hour
We're
on
now the Nerd
Alternation
Vocab
Radio.
show. We just go over vocabs and stuff.
You were
That's our
not
show now.
prepared.
That's fine. I
Well,
caught
it's
him
not
off
my
guard.
He's pointing at me all of a sudden. I didn't know what was going on. This week's Nerd Vocab is capture card.
And what does that mean?
It's
What does that mean, Jake?
What is it?
Tell me.
Tarzan, the
Tell me.
Ape Man. It's a piece of hardware used for capturing the video and or audio feed from a device, such as a video game console or PC game. While you can technically do this with a standard video camera, a capture card records directly from the device itself, therefore making it look and sound better, as opposed to just recording the screen.
You don't
Screen,
get any
Which
background
is what
noise.
kids do. An example would be our YouTube channel. Oh, here's our shameless plug. Our YouTube channel where we play Mario Kart 8. Go and watch it on our channel.
Just call me C. That's
No,
Caleb's channel.
we changed it.
Strangely Entertaining now.
Oh, strangely entertaining.
We actually
Good.
changed the title.
Air
finally.
high five.
Oh, okay. I was actually reaching.
No
Yeah.
follow
Okay.
through. I'll follow through.
That was really difficult. That was difficult, guys. I heard the strain. So you can use a capture card
Yeah.
on pretty much any device, but you have to get a separate capture card for certain things. Like the 3DS is pretty specific. You can't plug in the capture hardware that you would use on, say, your PS2, PS3, PS4, Wii
I
U.
wish. No, you have to
you have to get-
unscrew the back. You have to order the hardware. You have to unscrew the back, and then you have to put
Void
that.
the warranty.
You have to
You
basically
have to void the warranty.
pretty much.
And this is why I won't record anything on my 3DS.
That's why she relies on me to do it.
Yeah, I look at Caleb and I put on a very sad puppy dog pout face, and then he just does my bidding.
Wow.
Sorry. It's true. I'm kidding.
That's just because I'm too nice. I'm just too nice. That's me. Ladies,
Is that it?
I'm
Is
nice.
that it for that segment?
I guess so.
I don't know. Is there anything else we could say about a capture card?
Go check out the channel, please.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did
Helps.
some videos.
Yeah,
we
we-
all got together, and Kyle too, and we recorded some video games
Yeah, all
at
4 of
Caleb's
us.
house.
For once in a long time.
Go watch
Very
it.
long time.
Like, we've been trying to do this for months, and just everyone's schedules were like, nah, It's not going to work.
Well, mainly your schedule.
Mainly.
And even Jake says, like, Caleb, I don't understand why you don't have more subscribers and views. Like, what is I'm like, the world just hates me, Jake. I'm sorry. It's true. Only 39 people
See, I
actually
want
enjoy
to.
my videos.
I want to plug it in a stream somewhere. I'm afraid we'll get a bunch of trolls though if I do
I
that.
don't know what you're talking about when you say that, though. You'll have to tell me. I asked you and you never responded, but we'll talk
what?
about that later.
Okay.
Yeah, I said, what are you talking about, Jake? Please
Lost
explain.
in communication.
I don't know what we would get trolls for. I'm totally lost. on
Trolls are
this.
everywhere. But
I know that.
that was a short segment. So
Yay!
next up,
Nerd vocab.
next up, we're gonna have tech stuff, right?
Okay.
Yes, our tech
Good.
news.
Tech news, and we're gonna play the Godzilla theme that Kyle suggested last week. And we will be right back. And you are listening to the Nerd Edification Hour on Alternation Radio. All right, you are listening to the Nerd Edification Hour on Alternation Radio. I'm Caleb.
I'm Rachel.
I'm Jake.
And now it is time for your tech news, where we talk about techie things. because
Technology.
technology, it's amazing and wonderful. It's everywhere,
It is.
Magic.
except for in third world countries. I'm
This
sorry.
this room is filled with technology.
Without it, we would not be able to broadcast our beautiful faces
We-
and voices on the air.
We
better
wouldn't be
or
able
worse.
to do stuff at all.
We'd just be sitting here staring at each other.
Okay, so first on our tech news is drones are going to start helping CNN bringing you the news.
Ooh.
So what according to our little piece of paper here, the 24-hour news network has actually signed a research agreement with the Federal Aviation Administration that will advance efforts to bring more unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, into its news gathering and reporting process.
Uh-oh.
So say there's like a riot going on or just something interesting, they're just like, so instead of putting their cameramen in potential danger, they'll just send a drone out.
Exactly. That's the whole
Which,
point.
there's a flip side to this as well. Like, it will, put cameramen in less danger in potentially life-threatening situations. But on the flip side, if you have like a riot occurring about like a certain about war or something like that, and all of a sudden there was a drone flying above the crowd.
Well, these are little
those-
drones.
yeah, they're not
these
very
aren't like
threatening.
government
Okay.
drones.
Okay.
These are little drones.
Doesn't matter.
It's not like it's aircraft or anything.
I know, but still,
It's like that little drone with the camera on it. It's got a
it might
missile.
incite some fear, but I don't know.
I want the Weather Channel to fly one into the heart of a storm.
It would destroy the poor thing.
Oh, well,
destroy $1 million piece of equipment.
Que sera, sera.
Yeah. So, or say for example, like there's like a big earthquake. A big earthquake and a building has collapsed or something has gone on, and they can send it out into there as well. And
You're choosing all negative things. Can't we have something positive where we fly a drone out?
The news flies over puppies that were born
Yeah.
last night.
Yeah. Drone footage of the puppies.
potentially inaccessible regions that you say that people, it's like, this is also kind of negative but kind of positive as well. people physically cannot go in there because it's life threatening, but you will be able to see some never before seen interesting things that have
Never
never
before seen.
Yeah, there
It'll
we
change
go.
the way you look at the
Change
world.
the
a
way
bit.
you look at it.
Literally.
Yeah.
All
I don't know. I'm when it comes to news gathering and stuff like that, like the capability of drones, I can't think of it for positive reasons why you'd send them out. Like, honestly, I think one of the things they'll use it for is, for safety.
I have a drone if you ever want to record something for YouTube with it.
Neat.
Like an actual drone with like a GoPro on it?
No,
and
not an
everything?
expensive one, but it is a drone with a camera. So
Oh,
That's neat.
cool. All right, moving on. Google is planning to make up lost ground on Microsoft Skype by
lost
automatically
ground. I love Skype. What you talking
detecting the language spoken by foreigners and translating it in real time. Does that not sound awesome?
It does sound awesome.
And also will require no more learning foreign languages ever, which could potentially be.
Well, let's
that's a
think
touchy
let's
subject right there.
let's think for a moment here. Have you seen Google Translator? Like Google Translate on there? It basically translates it word by word. It doesn't exactly pay attention to
Phrases of speech.
like figures of speech, certain like grammar rules, stuff like that. It doesn't pay attention to things like that.
It's not fluid. It's sort of
right. It's a literal translation. It's not a
dynamic
translation or a social translation or stuff like that. Because say for example that it's okay if you type in a word, that's okay. But whole sentences you can get a basic idea, but you're not going to actually be able to be seen like, oh, that's correct. So while I think that's cool, I think they're going to have to work with it a lot before it is commercially successful.
They would probably use it to push Skype Premium and stuff.
But yeah, right now they can only translate between Spanish and English and vice versa. So,
Cool.
it's very limited right now, but they're working on it. And yes, they will have to polish it, especially with all the languages in all the world. It's a lot.
Well, if they bring this to like the mobile devices, I do see that as a good thing for travel specifically. Just because you could
Where to the nearest bathroom?
well, not
This way. Okay.
well,
thank you.
not necessarily for you speaking to them, but them speaking to you.
Okay.
And maybe and I've seen commercials on this before where you hold up the phone to say a street sign or a menu and you have no idea what it says and it kind of on screen translates some of the stuff.
That'd be cool.
I've seen fake commercials for it where it actually does it on screen and replaces the word. Now that means that would take a lot of work. That would be a lot of code that they'd have to do.
Augmented reality.
Yeah, so that's what it was kind of what it reminded me of when you mentioned this to me the first time. So I'm hoping at some point it gets to be like that.
Future
With hoverboards and stuff. All right. So FCC Chairman Tom Wheeler today is proposing to, or yesterday actually, is proposing to raise the definition of broadband from 4 megabytes per second download and 1. Basically, he's going to raise the definition. So,
so it's going to go from 4 Mbps downloading and 1 Mbps upstreaming up to 25 down and then 3 up.
This is just definitions, though, right? What they define as broadband.
So when you say I want to pay for broadband internet, the company has to make sure you're getting
broadband
that
internet
amount that they define
as broadband.
And so they're raising it now.
So they're raising,
which means either prices for broadband internet will go up or
maybe
or there'll be something else.
Well, maybe they'll be nice and they won't raise
I
it.
doubt it.
I don't know.
Verizon and AT&T, they will not be nice. They'll say, hey, let's squeeze out more money. Hey.
I'm already paying like $100 a month for my phone bill, and it's not worth it.
Go off the grid, yo.
As soon as I'm able, I will be going to Straight Talk. Sorry, Verizon. I love you, but you are way too expensive.
Way too expensive.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess that's it for
That's our
tech
tech news.
Next up, we will have your TV and movie news. Possible.
One moment, though.
Oh.
Un momento.
Nike has officially said that they are going to be releasing the Marty McFly laceable shoes this year.
You know how Nike started? Rubber in a waffle iron. Whoa.
Fun
Look at
facts
those waffle
with Jake.
bottom of shoes.
But yeah,
Okay.
So yeah, I thought I'd put that on the tech news since it is kind of technology.
It's after a Greek goddess, I think.
It is.
Nike.
Nike. The god of shoes.
Goddess of battle.
Goddess of shoes.
You guys need to brush up on your mythology.
Yeah.
So next up we have our movie and TV news.
Yes. And Jake's suggested song is what we'll be playing on the break.
Cuckoo Kangaroo. It's Pogo. Song about pogo sticks.
Fun.
All right. Well, we'll be right back, and you're listening to the Nerd Edification Hour on Alternation Radio.
Get out of here.
And we're back on the Nerd Edification Hour on Alternation Radio. I am Rachel, and next to me is Jake.
Is this thing working? Hi.
Yes, it is working.
Oh, sweet. This is my new headset.
Nice.
Sort of. It's not mine.
A little
but-
quiet though.
And then
That's fine.
And then in front of me, I have Caleb.
Hey everyone, how's it going? You're doing great.
The host
All right.
with the most.
The host with the most awkwardness in the world. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, our TV and movie news,
Okay.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
exactly, is an Adam from Arrow spinoff.
Right. This
possible?
is your field of expertise. You watched Arrow, right?
I've watched a great deal of Arrow. I haven't watched it in its entirety,
She's
mind
the one
you.
who watches all those on-demand superhero shows.
Yeah. That's the only reason we know who Cobblepot is because Rachel.
Cobblepot.
Cobblepot is a very important part of Gotham, okay? It's the Penguin, all right? During the Flash Arrow panel at one of these recent cons, executive producer Greg Berlanti was asked if an Autumn spinoff was something that he was pursuing. To which he said, we're in very early talks in a very general way that we haven't gone deeper on yet. So basically, he is at the, he's where Tim Burton was for the past couple years for Beetlejuice 2. We're in very early talks, and we're not doing anything right now.
It's like we've
It is a dream.
dabbled.
It is a dream. Yeah. So it's
You know
possible.
what they say, man has a dream, and that's the start. He follows his dream with mind and heart. So when it becomes a reality, it's a dream come true for you and me.
And I'm
Jake, that was very
Captain
deep.
Planet. I don't know.
That was very deep.
That's when you said heart. It just reminded me of Captain
so,
Planet. But
and-
anyways, continue
Heart.
on, Rachel.
It's possible that you could be seeing another new superhero show in the future. You know, here's where I'm at, guys. Marvel has its hold on the movies, superhero movies. DC has its hold on the superhero TV shows. I mean, really, Marvel right now, all they have is Agent Carter and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And then they also have Daredevil, but Daredevil really doesn't count, though, because, well, it's on Netflix.
They have cartoons.
And they have, cartoons. And they haven't had any really big, popular, huge cartoons for a long time.
Okay.
I'm not talking like, it's not like it was in the 90s.
Okay.
It's not.
Okay.
What? It's not.
I don't know. I can't really hear well with this on. So.
well,
That's your fault. You wanted to use
No,
it.
Kyle was.
Don't blame Kyle.
you can't blame Kyle. We can blame Kyle for certain
I'm a guinea
things,
pig.
but
I'm just testing it out.
but in this
Okay,
case-
whatever
Just
you
saying,
say.
I can't hear anything.
All right. Well, the second Avengers movie, Age of Ultron trailer, has made its way finally onto the internet after, in order to watch it, you had to watch a college football game, which to me that was just that hurt nerds everywhere.
No, I saw it on YouTube. It looks interesting.
Somebody's gonna die.
I post on Facebook
Katniss.
somebody's gonna die,
Katniss
and
gonna die.
No,
somebody's
he's
gonna
not.
die.
He's got an 8 movie deal.
He's gonna try and pick up Thor's hammer. Not gonna work.
He's gonna pick up the hammer and it's gonna move a little bit, and Thor's gonna get kind of nervous about that. That's what's gonna happen, because that's what happened canon in the comics. Just saying.
All right.
Spoilers, by the way.
Yeah. But my money, honestly, is on Iron Man.
Because he has all the money.
Well, no, because
actor.
in the last trailer that I saw, they weren't treating Iron Man too well. They were kind of being mean to him.
Yeah, they were kind of
And
being
I'm
bullied.
pretty sure that RDJ's Robert Downey Jr., for those who don't know that anagram, I think his contract's running up. So
Oh yes, he's getting a little too expensive, even for Disney.
yeah, so
Like-
that's where they're at on that. And see, honestly, somebody's going to die. Somebody's going to.
Because Ultron actually is supposed to kill everyone, but they can't kill off everyone.
Yeah.
'Cause
money.
spoilers
The
also.
last
Because you
comment.
know, because
He
you
kills
know,
everyone.
because money reasons, and they like
money reasons, yeah. They say, hey, here's Ultron. He's like one of the most ultimate villains ever, who kills like all the Avengers ever. But we can't have him do that. But somebody is going to have to die. I'm just saying.
Just so you know, it's 1:53.
Cool.
You mean the time?
We still got a little bit of news left.
Yes, we do. How about that
Mythbusters?
Mythbusters, Jay?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Mythbusters.
That's a show I love.
Yeah, they have a new season every year.
Yes, they do.
They're saying this year's season is going to be a little different.
Why is that?
Well, first off, the build team, which is Tori, Grant, and Carrie, they're gone.
Why?
Bye. Oh, I don't know. I think they're trying to focus more on the main two.
But I liked them. That was a
I know.
really cool
I liked
addition.
the build team.
Because
They
they're
were sort
fun.
of reduced to. They didn't do as much building anymore as they did just slapstick and for giggles, I guess.
Well,
And
when
they
I
want to
know
focus more on fewer myths,
Right.
but more content for those myths.
Okay, I can understand that. Well, see, when they first came on and they had the build team, I think they did like 2 myths a show.
They didn't do as much as they did recently.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I liked how that was. So when they changed it and started doing like all these different
Then they did it half
things,
and half, and that was not.
I don't know, man. But so if they're trying to go back to the way it was, and maybe they have something like a build team, but not really a build team in it, then
It's mainly just the main two building stuff.
okay.
They did other aesthetic and production changes, newer cameras and graphics and things. So.
Okay, well, as long as they're still in that dinky warehouse, I think I'm okay. Because I like that dinky warehouse.
I like that warehouse. It's a good warehouse.
So, okay, we're going to go ahead and cut to the video game news because
More
good on songs?
video
We don't have any
game
more?
news.
we literally have like 3 minutes pretty much for.
So we just rush through this.
Well, it's more like to allow time for the final song.
Yeah.
We got plenty of time.
Yeah,
It's like 5 minutes. So
yeah,
we're
5
good.
minutes roughly.
Okay. This is your MMO news for the week. The Elder Scrolls Online soon free to play, maybe. Because Bethesda has recently removed the 6-month subscription plan.
Which is their lowest plan, or is
Their
it not?
highest
Their highest
plan.
one. Okay.
I think there's a month, and then 3 months, and then 6 months.
Okay.
They removed 6 months, which leads us to believe that in 6 months' time, it may be free to play. Because the console versions of that MMO have not come out yet, and they plan to come out, so this may coincide with that,
Okay.
is what we're thinking.
So that's just kind of all speculation, in other
Mm-hmm.
words. So it's something that could happen. Now, that to me kind of is like, what? Because how on earth are they going to pay for the servers for...
Microtransactions, most likely.
Ah, yes. The ill-fated word.
All the microtransactions, which
I'm
Caleb does not
actually
like.
not opposed to microtransactions as long as it's handled well, and
Yeah.
it's not so much as gated content as it is just extra things you can have.
Yeah, I really hate gated content. Like, you can't get into this area without paying for this.
Yeah.
Okay, that sucks.
All right, bye. That's
I'll come back when you finally open it for everybody, which will be in a year from now.
pretty much.
And then we have another MMO sort of speculation again going on. Guild Wars 2 has just finished its Living World Season 2. Yesterday it had its final cutscene, final release for that season. It's done. But at the end of the cutscene, it had a splash screen promoting the PAX South Guild Wars 2 panel, the PAX in Texas, which is an hour-and-a-half long panel in the main theater. And it's the first time in a long time that the ArenaNet president and Guild Wars 2 game director have gotten up on stage like this to talk about any kind of release. So they're expecting it may be an expansion. Or maybe not.
Neat.
I see.
And NCSoft, which is the publisher, has copyrighted Heart of Thorns for Guild Wars 2. So
Interesting.
Yes, very well.
The
Very
only
well done.
MMO I ever cared about was World of Darkness Online, and it will never come out now, ever, because of EVE Online. That's all I'm saying.
Well then.
Yeah, I'm a little mad at MMOs.
I like
The only
it.
MMO I'm
I
playing
like-
right now is PSO2.
I like them,
That's it.
but the one I wanted to play will never come out, and I'm a little bitter about that.
Well, we all have bitter feelings, and we're all very tired. So now we're all going to go off in our lives. Thank you for listening. And till next week, stay fancy. And our outro song is an old one. It's Ancient Bards.
Okay.
Enjoy the rest of your day. I hope the sun comes out.
Bye.
It'll come out
Bye-bye.
tomorrow.
see. You'll always be there in the corner of your star.